Welcome back. There are a million excuses for someone to give up on their dreams. You could be convinced you're not good enough, fast enough, or maybe you think there's no use in trying if you can't become a professional at something. But those are just excuses. And if you have the will and the drive, you shouldn't let anyone or anything stop you from your goals. I am Grayson Knight, and this is Baseball Podcasts Are Fun. Today's guest had an obstacle that he's been able to overcome. Leo Giannoni is a pitcher at Columbus State University, and he has diabetes. After reading about diabetes, I learned that in most cases, an athlete can manage and still work at a high level. Leo has figured out how to handle his diabetes and continue to excel in college, where he is having fun with the game he loves. I want to know more about playing through the adversity. So, Leo, thank you and welcome to the show. So, thank you for joining me today. How are you?
Good, man. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
So, have you ever been on a podcast before?
I haven't been on this one obviously, but I've been on a couple others. I've been on a few with some people in the diabetes community, but this is probably my second or third one, I'd say.
So, are you nervous for this?
A little bit, but I mean, hey, I mean, it's just a conversation. I mean, I'm ready to go. Let's have some fun.
hmm Well, I'm glad you're here to talk to us about our baseball journey. But let's go back in time for a minute. So,
Yeah,
you're from Marietta, just north of Atlanta, right?
correct. Yeah,
Mhm. So, I'm in the Duluth area.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
we're really close to each other.
Yeah, no, my best friend lives out in Duluth right now. He's working for the Atlanta Gladiators out there. So I'm well aware of the Duluth area, but growing up in Marietta, I mean, great baseball atmosphere, really a lot of great players grow up there, and I mean, it's been awesome to grow up around the game, especially in that area.
Mhm. So, Leo, how crazy is that baseball and Cobb County are like this crazy place for talent? So, I've spoken to
Okay.
so many guests that are from the Atlanta area or played in East Cobb. So, why do you think baseball here is so dominant?
Um, I mean, one, I think just being in the South and being able to play baseball year round, I think has made it such a commodity, especially with all the facilities around. I mean, you look at places like Lake Point, East Cobb, these travel ball premier destinations, and you're kind of like, I mean, it's just a great atmosphere down here, but I can't really tell you why there's such good baseball down here, especially at the high school level. You'd think it'd be out in Texas or California, but it seems like Georgia's been the hub for that. I think a lot of kids growing up down here just always grow up playing baseball, and they start to realize that this may be where their talent lies. This may be where God blesses their talents. So
hmm
it's been awesome being able to play against such great players growing up.
hmm So, pretty much anywhere in like a 20-minute radius for me is like packed with baseball.
Oh yeah.
Like it is incredible how much baseball talent there is in
Mhm.
like 20-30 minutes from
Yeah,
here.
yeah, it's unreal. Just
Mhm.
I'm guessing you played at East Cobb and Lake Point a lot. Probably more East Cobb now with Perfect Game.
To be honest, I've only played in East Cobb and Lake Point PBR one time.
Okay. Well, where do you usually play at?
Mm.
Like mainly
Uh,
like
just perfect game tournaments. Just not in East Cobb. But we're trying to go back. I think we're gonna go back to PBR soon.
yeah, I
In
mean,
two
there's a
weeks. In 2 weeks.
okay, awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great high school facilities around too. I feel like a lot of those schools in that area are blessed to have a lot of money to be able to spend on baseball. So there's really a lot of nice facilities that you'll see in Georgia rather than a lot of other places around the country. So I think that's another reason why Georgia baseball is so great here.
So how did you get started with your baseball career?
Oh my gosh. I honestly was just kind of like my parents wanted me to be active. They wanted me to get in a lot of in terms of baseball. So I started rec league when I was about 4 years old at East Cobb or at East Side Baseball Rec League in Marietta, Georgia. And I'll tell you what, at first, from like ages 4 to 10, I was just the worst player on the team every year. It was bad. I just started playing rec league, and around 11U, I got good enough to where I could start playing travel ball and start traveling the state and around the southeast. And I really found pitching when I was 12 or 13, and I feel like that's kind of where my career took off. It's just where a lot of my talent was, and that's kind of how I started. I started really building on my pitching careers. I started going through 13, 14, to going into high school. So that's kind of how I've just that's kind of where my career's gone from there. And so leading to today.
So were you playing almost year round like me, or did you take some time off for other sports?
So I played pretty much year round. So I played fall and spring ball when I was younger in rec league, and I played some summer ball, and like whether it's a summer league or I'll play some travel ball. It really started getting year round when I started playing travel ball because you got the fall games, you got the tournaments in the fall and the spring. But in those 2 months, 3 months in the winter, I played basketball a lot, and I think that really helped me with just kind of getting used to my own body since I've been 6'2" since I was like in seventh grade. So when I was in seventh and eighth grade, I was just wasn't really coordinated. So I think really basketball helped with that. But baseball and basketball have been pretty much it. I didn't really play many other sports. Of course, my parents were cautious to put me in football just because all the injuries and stuff that could happen there. But I mean, just baseball and basketball, but pretty much baseball about full tilt. So
Mm. So I mentioned that you have diabetes. So just in
yeah,
case my 212 listeners don't know, would you explain what diabetes is and
of
how it affects your
course.
daily life?
Yeah, of course. So type 1 diabetes occurs in adolescents, usually from ages, goodness, like 5 to 14 about. And it's when your pancreas either produces very little amounts of insulin and then it gets to a point where it stops producing insulin. And so on that, you got to take daily injections and just be able to manage your blood sugar. Because our pancreases don't work. So you really have to find the balance between carbohydrates and insulin in order to be able to live your daily life. Yeah, that's pretty much diabetes.
Mhm. So does it really affect like how you eat and how you just go about your daily life? Like, do you have like a chip on your shoulder and like, oh crap, I forgot to do this?
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Especially before I got diabetes. I got diagnosed when I was 19, so my freshman year of college. So it was a little later. Um, I ate terribly throughout middle school and high school. I had such a sweet tooth. I just any sugar I can find, I just ate. And after that, after so my first 5 months after, I still kind of kept just a lower carb diet, but I still had those sweets mixed in too. But September of my sophomore year of college, so 2 years ago now, I made the change because I had gotten started putting on some weight and it wasn't good weight. And so I made the change to really alter my diet, still lowering the carbohydrates, because that's what affects your blood sugar. But I started intaking protein, I started cutting calories a bit, and really since then I've been really healthy about my diet, eating a lot of protein, working out a ton, and just maintaining my blood sugars because living a healthy lifestyle is going to not only carry me through my college baseball career but throughout and beyond. And that's what's going to help me, one, live longer, but two, just carry a healthy lifestyle and live the way I want to live. So I think diabetes, as you said, with a chip on my shoulder, it's really helped me with my diet and just how I live my daily life. So
Mhm. So, but you've also turned your medical condition into a positive. So you partner with a company called Dexcom. So
yeah.
what's that and how did that come about?
Yeah, so I think it was after my sophomore year of college, NIL started coming around in the college space. I mean, it's incredible to what it's become to today, just in terms of the money college athletes are able to make. But when NIL first came out, I immediately reached out to Dexcom. And for those of you who don't know, Dexcom is a uh, glucose management company. So they offer a continuous glucose monitor, CGM, which helps me track my blood sugar levels on my phone. And so I'm able to see instead of pricking my finger every time I want to check my blood sugar levels, I can just look at my phone. It's Bluetooth connected to the device on my body, and I'm able to check my blood sugar levels through my phone. And so I reached out to them after my redshirt freshman or sophomore year of college, and I was like, "Hey, I use the Dexcom CGM daily. I really love the product. I'd love to get in a partnership with you." And I just re DM'd them on Instagram, and they reached back, and I had a couple interviews, and I was lucky and blessed enough to be able to enter an NIL partnership with them. And 2 years strong, I'm so thankful for the opportunity and the platform it's given me to be able to show that you can just do anything with diabetes.
Mhm.
And it's been awesome just to live out this lifestyle. I could have never expected all this to come out of a disease 3 years ago that I thought could change my life forever for the negative, but it turns out it's made everything in my life better. So,
That sounds awesome.
oh yeah.
Mhm. So playing baseball with diabetes is probably really challenging. So have you ever been able to speak to younger kids who are going through what you have?
Yeah, so I've been able to through the leadership programs of my school, we've been able to talk. We come in contact with a lot of like little leaguers in the Columbus area, and I've been able to talk to them. Um, in fact, in a couple weeks, I'm doing a Fields of Faith in here in Columbus, and it's basically just talking about our story in terms of sports with Christ. And I'm going to tell it's a part of my testimony in terms of diabetes and how it's impacted me. And I've just, with the platform I've had, I've been able to express this and show that, like through Instagram, through social media, and in real life, just how I've been able to overcome the hardships that come with diabetes. And as much, so a little, so to answer your question, a little bit right now, but in the coming months, in the coming years, I'd like to be able to talk to more people and just show them that it's just diabetes isn't a hardship. It's
Hmm.
just we're just normal, you know.
Hmm. When I talk to players that have to have overcome issues, it's really inspiring. So I bet that has helped lots of kids.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I'm just happy. I'm thankful that I'm able to have the platform I have. I mean, I know if I roles reverse and I was a kid who just got type 1 diabetes, I know especially in like if I was your age, like in middle school or and going into high school, I'd feel like, dang, I feel like I'm behind. I feel like I'm different, you know? But in reality, it's giving you that chip on your shoulder and giving you that motivation to work harder. I mean, it's just something that's been so impactful in my life. And you could take it two different ways. You could take it in the fact that you're like, oh, I'm a step behind. You know, I'm not like all the other kids. I mean, I've got this excuse, and you could use that to weigh you down. But at the same time, you could use it to propel you up and give you that why, give you the why, give you the determination to push forward. And so if I can be that to just one kid, that makes the world to me. And this platform I have, I'm just so happy that I'm able to be not use it for myself, but use it for others. So
Mhm. So you're pitching at Columbus State University now, but you
yes, sir.
started at Mercer in Macon. So how
Yeah.
do you decide where to go and why are you in Columbus now?
So so I got diagnosed while I was at Mercer University, going into the spring season. So I just got back. Well, I got in November, December, I started losing a lot of weight and a lot of all the symptoms of diabetes in terms of thirst and everything. Lost a ton of weight, obviously, and that's how I found out I got diabetes. And so I got back, um, wasn't in the best of shape, you know, lost a lot of muscle, wasn't throwing as hard. And from there, I didn't pitch at all. I mean, I redshirted my freshman year. And um, let's see, how should I put this? I mean, essentially, I think we both kind of decided it wasn't the best fit for us to move forward there at Mercer. So I decided to transfer. I went in the portal, which is not nearly as big as it is now in terms of transferring left and right. Guys will leave just to get that extra status, get that extra NIL money now. But I just wanted somewhere to play. I wanted somewhere where I was going to get playing time, and just for my future, I didn't see it at Mercer. So I I talked to Columbus in high school. They offered me out of high school, and so my travel ball coach, he was kind enough to just reach back out to them, and they still had interest. So it was between them and a few other D2s, a couple junior colleges, and I decided that Columbus State would be the best fit for me in terms of just academically, financially, and just for baseball because it's a great baseball school. I mean,
Hmm.
six straight regionals in a row here at Columbus State. I think it's just been awesome to be able to play in that playoff experience and just being able to be here. So,
So what do you think is the big difference between the school and programs, the two schools?
um, honestly, I would say the biggest difference is one, the facilities. Not in terms of baseball field, because I think the Columbus State baseball field's better than Mercer's. I think in terms of finances, I think just the weight training staff at Mercer and the weight rooms and the things we had access to at Mercer was fantastic. I mean, I was blessed with two great strength coaches. It was just a really nice area, really good academics. They have a great engineering program there. In terms of baseball, though, you'd be surprised how similar it is. I think the real difference between Division One, Division Two is just the frames and the projectability for these guys. You're going to see a lot of the bigger guys who have projectability, have this great arm talent, great bat talent in Division Ones, but Division Twos, you're going to find the same power, the same ability. Just you're going to see grittier guys. I feel like you're going to see guys who are maybe not going for the long ball every time, going for those base hits. Um, I was shocked coming here. I thought coming from D1, I was gonna be like, man, I'm gonna flex my muscles. I'm gonna dominate here. And I was wrong in my first couple inter squads. I got touched up a bit. I kind of had to humble myself a bit in that regard. But I think that's mainly the big differences between Division One and Division Two, and those two programs specifically, which are both great programs. No diss to Mercer at all. I mean, they've got something great over there, and I mean, I wish them nothing but the best. So.
Mhm. So, to most players, do the school really matter or just that you're playing?
That is a great question. I think it really depends what you go for. I mean, especially like someone like you who wants, I'm sure you want to play baseball in college. You want to chase after your dreams. You want to make the bigs one day. I think it's really important to ask these kind of questions to these coaches and gauge that based on your responses. Some guys want to go for school and get a great education. That's great. Playing time might not be as important, but if you're growing up, you're a competitor. You want to play. You want to get this time. I feel like you got to kind of humble yourself because I got stuck in the D1 hype. I had four or five D1 offers out of high school. I was like D1 or bust. Let's get after this. Um, and of course I committed D1, everything, which is great, awesome. Got the clout in high school, got all that. But at the same time, I didn't play. Like I feel like I just kind of wasted a year. And when in reality, with how fierce of a competitor I am, I feel like that year could have been better spent in a junior college or a Division two, where I could get to play more and compete more. So I think it really depends. If you think you can play at a Division one, great. If you're one of your priorities is playing time, I'd really take that into consideration when you're seeing all these Power Five schools with, especially with the transfer portal. You're bringing all these seasoned guys from these Division ones, maybe going to higher Division ones, Division twos going to mid-major, higher Division ones. Like just the freshmen nowadays are going to push kind of to the side. I feel like they're kind of like projects. So I mean, you kind of got to take that into account. If you're competitive and you want to have playing time, maybe Division one isn't the best fit for you. But if you're there for school, if you're there for the campus, if you're there, great. I mean, go Division one, get better there. They're gonna have great facilities, great opportunities for you to grow. So
Mm,
I think it really depends on what your preferences are.
So that's kind of like for me. So I could play at other organizations that have more recognition,
Yeah,
but I love where I'm at, and I get to contribute every game.
100%. No, that's great. I was the same way with my travel organizations. I mean, I could have been a I could have been a PO at a better organization or whatever. Maybe I had a chance to win some more games, but at the same time, I wanted to hit, man. I love hitting. I love pitching. Why not do both, you know? And maybe you're not playing for those championships every weekend, but especially if you're with a good group of guys. If you love your team, man, that's the best. You love your team, you love your coaches. It's always a great thing to play up, and especially at your age, just make these memories at a young age because especially having fun now, man. I miss those days. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Thank you. So talk to me about how you and your teammates have fun on the field. So what kind of things do you guys do to keep the fun up and the pressure nerves down?
Oh my gosh. The teams I've had at Columbus State are some of the funniest guys I've been around. I mean, just they'll take the game seriously when it comes to game time, but man, if you're looking at us 10, 15 minutes before the game, we're playing two ball in the outfield, we're kicking the hacky sack around, we're talking, we're having fun. And then I feel like one thing that keeps the energy up in the game, especially 9 inning games, which can get boring sometimes, just just the energy in the dugout, talking to the guys, keeping the energy up, cheering on your teammates, um, and then just the atmosphere on game days. I mean, we have our first fall game tomorrow. I know the atmosphere there is going to be great. I mean, we're gonna be excited, ready to play. Um, I think just just getting, and especially on the weekends, since Friday, Saturday, Sunday against like a lot of these rival schools, you're motivated, you're ready to go in. I think just the motivation of the game really keeps our energy up itself, especially when you're playing for something. Like I mean, whoa, yeah, that's pretty much yeah.
So my team now, we've only been together for a few months, but just recently, I think you can really tell we have really great energy. So I think
Awesome.
goofing on each other has really helped.
Oh my God, yeah, no, we'll make fun of each other. We'll have fun with each other. Like hanging off the field, I feel like so important with your team too, especially at the school level. Just off the field as much as on the field really brings the team together when it comes down to those times with adversity. That you can fight through because you know you're the guy behind you's got your back. So
Hmm. So speaking of that, which player on your team will make fun of you the most for being on this podcast?
I don't think anyone will make fun of me for being on a podcast, man. I mean, I'm just there have um I'm trying to think of what guys will make fun of me in general. Um, let's see. My buddy Joyner would probably just make fun of me so much. We give each other so much crap on the field and off the field, man. I played with him all 3 years I've been at Columbus State. Colton Joyner, great pitcher, great guy. I think he's probably the one I give the hardest amount of time, and he gives me the most hard time. So that's my guy, though. I love that
Mhm.
guy.
Maybe he's just jealous of how cool we are, right?
I guess so. I mean, hey, that might be the case, huh?
Yeah. So last one before some fun. So if you could,
Yeah.
what advice would you give to your 14-year-old self about baseball or life?
Um, it's a great question. Um, don't don't spend so much time dwelling on the past. Um, I think especially nowadays, I'm so even nowadays I'm so focused on the future. I kind of wish I had my mindset in high school that I do now. I'm always so focused on the future now and what I have for me. I just don't really relish the present. Um, in terms of in terms of then though, I would just say to just soak in every moment. I mean, I miss the high school days. I miss being just those moments around my teammates in high school. Just I don't know. I don't really have. I feel like if I had the opportunity to go back from the beginning when I was 14, I wouldn't change a thing. I mean, I don't live life with any regrets. I feel like that's the best way to live life. If you're living life with regrets, I feel like you're dwelling on the past, and you should be really focused on the present and the future. Um, I wouldn't change anything. If you told my 14-year-old self that I would be in this position I'm in right now, playing college baseball, having the platform I have, being on this podcast, having these opportunities I have, I'd be like, you're crazy. There's no shot that I would have these opportunities. I mean, being able to play in the Coastal Plains League and the Cape Cod League against guys like Enrique Bradfield, stuff like that, pitching against those guys. I mean, it's been a blessing. I mean, I didn't do this on my own. I mean, that's one thing I've really learned, especially after leaving Mercer. My faith's been so important to me, on and off the field. That's really helped me grow as a person. Um,
Mhm.
a long answer to that question, but I'm so happy where I am today, and so I would just tell my 14-year-old self to soak it in, enjoy it
Mhm.
every moment.
Well, thank you for that. But I think you played with some Savannah Bananas, right?
Yeah, played with one and played against two or three. Yeah.
Do you remember who?
Yeah, I played so David Meadows, DR, he's the center fielder for the Bananas now, making all these
Did the
backflip
backflip
catches.
catches? Yeah.
Yeah. But he was my first year at Columbus State, he was my third baseman. And man, he is the most underrated player I think I've ever played with, just defensively, offensively, and as a guy. I mean, he's such a genuine guy, and he deserves the fame and the recognition he's had right now. And then I played against Jared Donaldson, uh, starting pitcher, and I played against Noah Bridges. He's an outfielder, I think, for the
Yep.
Bananas.
Mm-hmm.
So, and all three of those guys really use their platform well with the Bananas, and they deserve the recognition they're getting now. I mean, it's awesome to see what they're doing. I love what the Bananas are doing. So
Well, all right, Leo, we've reached the not so rapid fire questions where you can answer with as much or as little info as you want. There are no
okay,
wrong answers. So you ready?
give it to me. Let's do it.
First off, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Peanut butter cookie dough.
How about what's your favorite cereal?
Count Chocula. It's in season right now. I can't find it at Walmart. It's like cocoa. It's like a mix of Cocoa Puffs and Lucky Charms. Think about it that way.
Okay.
So
Uh,
good.
Six Flags or Universal?
Universal, 100%. I've had some bad experiences on roller coasters. Universal's so fun to me.
I just went to Universal, what, 2 weeks ago, I think?
Oh, it's
2 weeks
awesome.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
awesome.
So what's your major in college?
Finance.
Finance? What about your minor?
I don't have a minor. I'm focused on finance. I could have taken. I don't know. I
Mm.
think the transferring really kind of messed up my credits a little bit, but finance, and we're gonna see what I do. I have no clue what I'm gonna do with it.
Yeah,
So,
that was my next question. What do you want to do if baseball doesn't work out?
I mean, I've got a couple connections. Connections are huge. That's a great advice. Make connections now, and you've done an incredible job of doing it with all the guests you've had on this podcast. Keep making connections. That's going to be huge in the workforce and later in opportunities in baseball and life. I've got some connections after college for I could take my degree, and I'm just going to see how long baseball lasts. I'm loving it. So
Hmm. So Halloween is coming up. So what was your
yeah,
best costume ever?
okay. So my sophomore year of high school might not be my best my most memorable costume I'll go with. So me and my buddy, I didn't have any money at the time. I was broke. I was a high school, so I got a Glad bag, like black industrial bag of trash, filled it with paper, and we both went in bags of trash, and it just went trick or treat.
What?
But in my last year, me and my buddy went, and I he was Bob Ross, and I was the painting. So I just had a painting around my head,
So
and
we just wore a wig?
so he had the whole Bob Ross outfit with that and everything. I had a painting frame, like a canvas, around my head.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
I just try to find the funniest costumes. I saw an inflatable chick in a Spirit Halloween yesterday. I'm
Oh
thinking
my
about going
god.
and getting that. I think that'd
Spear
be
Halloween.
hilarious.
Man, we haven't been that in like a year because it isn't open.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm. So I was the Joker a couple of years ago, and it was a pretty awesome costume. I had the face paint and the
Oh yeah.
red
You went
makeup.
all
Yeah.
out, huh? Oh,
Hmm.
heck yeah.
So who's your favorite baseball player growing up, and did you ever get to meet him?
Um, Favorite player growing up still is Craig Kimbrell. I mean, I think it
Of the
really did it for
Phillies.
me. Yeah, sadly, being a Braves fan, it's heartbreaking. But yeah, no, yeah, going right here with the whole motion. Oh my gosh, yeah, and especially the entrance at Turner Field, me being a closing pitcher, going out to Welcome to the Jungle, the whole stadium lighting up and like the flames on the jumbotron, and everything. It was just goosebumps. It was awesome. So
Hmm.
that's my favorite player, no doubt.
So can you cook? And if so, what's your favorite dish?
Yeah, I cook all my meals now. My favorite though, I make bacon cheeseburgers, and but it's like the healthiest ingredients though. So like I'll get the leanest beef, I'll get fat-free cheddar cheese, I'll get turkey bacon, but the sauce is what makes it. You got to make your own sauce. You got to do like the old secret sauce with the mayonnaise and the ketchup, and just mix it all up. Add some spices, add some seasoning. That's what makes the burger though healthy, and it fills you up. So that's my favorite.
And last one, what's your favorite baseball movie?
Um, Honestly, I haven't watched many baseball movies. I'd say, yeah, I've so I've seen 42. What's the one in that's based in Cape Cod? I watched
Oh,
it.
Summer Catch.
Yes, yes. It's between 42 and Summer Catch. Those are probably my favorite two. Um, I'm gonna ask a question for you. I wanna see you because I heard you play chess. Is that true?
Yes, that is
Um,
true. I play chess.
Man, so I grew up in fourth and fifth grade, I really got into chess, and I was able to play in the county and played in county tournaments. I got third place in my fifth grade county tournament, but I still play it a lot. And dude, chess, I just wanted to see how much you liked it. I mean, chess is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It is
It
so.
it is pretty fun. I play almost every day.
Yeah, no, I love it. You're probably better than me now. I'm a little out of the game a little bit, but I still like it's kind of like my if someone asks your hidden talent, that's kind of what I flex on them. Cause like I'll hear like I heard this summer ball season they were playing chess on the bus. I was like, let's play a game, and I just started going through and just winning games, and I was like that's like my hidden talent. So
Mm-hmm.
when I heard that, I was like, okay, I gotta ask about that.
So we did it. That's Leo Giannoni, everybody. So thank you
Yeah.
so much. Do you have anything else you want to add or ask me?
No, I mean, thank you so much for having me. It's been awesome. I love talking about baseball, love talking about life, and it's awesome to see what you're doing. Keep it up, and I'm excited to see you on the big stage one day. I'm so happy about it.
Well, did you have fun?
Yeah, no, this is awesome. I mean, thank you. This is great. I love podcasts. I just love talking just about anything. So this has
Mhm.
been awesome. Thank you for having me.
So thanks again for dropping by the show. So I can't thank you enough, and good luck next season.
Thank you so
Please
much,
give
man.
Leo a follow on Instagram at Leo_Giannoni. That's Giannoni. So
Perfect.
you can find out more information about diabetes and how to manage it at Dexcom.com. And you can help my show by subscribing to Baseball Podcasts Are Fun on YouTube and Spotify, and telling a friend, and following at Baseball Podcasts Are Fun on Instagram. I also have a website of the same name. Please check back soon for an all-new guest. Until then, that was Leo Giannoni. I'm Grayson Knight, and this was Baseball Podcasts Are Fun. Don't forget to swing for the fences. See ya!